stories above downtown Nashville, this is the Grand Penthouse. It sits above the hotel, above the private residences, and above the estate homes, occupying the very top floor. And you just have incredible expansive views of Music City below you, and of course the Cumberland River set below. And this is just under 5,000 square feet. And you just have this long gallery-like hallway towards the formal entrance of this penthouse. Everything just disappears up here. It gets nice and quiet. But right here, we've got one of two entrances, piano black lacquered finish on this door. This actually goes to your butler's kitchen and your two guest beds. So if you're entertaining and you don't want the flow to be interrupted out here, they can exit right here and go use the elevators. But right here, you've got the main entrance. And this is incredible. So the views just open up over the Cumberland River here. It's just stunning. And then right in the center, you have this circular gas fireplace, all matte Calcutta marble. And above, you'll notice this circular glass and brass finish. And this was done by Block Designs in France. So they handcrafted it there and placed it here. This is the only unit in the entire building with a gas fireplace. So the owners were adamant about this happening, and I think it works so well. I love how everything's circular, including these modular couches. And you're gonna see a lot of just unique pieces of furniture. I mean, these spent millions of dollars curating this space between the custom couches, the furniture that you see throughout, all the different art pieces pulled from different antique stores in Europe. And it just feels like a showpiece, this room. And this all overlooks, like I said, the Cumberland. And this terrace expands the entire width. So you can go out there, overlook Broadway and Music City. It's such a cool vibe. Imagine going from the new stadium once it's built, right? In 2027, I think is when it's gonna be completely finished, or the Ryman for a concert or a comedy show, coming up here with a glass of wine, gathering around this floating marble fireplace and just enjoying the views and your friends. And the listing agents, Jamie Parsons and Erin Krueger, said this vibe and aesthetic of this penthouse is like a mix between James Bond and Lenny Kravitz. And you really get that feel once you enter through this piano black lacquer door. You get that aesthetic and vibe immediately. And I also wanted to give a big thank you to Ferrari of Nashville for providing the Pure Sangwe, which I thought perfectly blended into that downtown Nashville aesthetic. Honestly, any of these Ferraris do just that. But now, let's head back up to the 40th floor and continue the tour of the penthouse. And over here you have this stunning custom-made dining table, all done in that green lacquered finish, just reflecting and moving the light up here in this penthouse. Has this mid-century modern feeling to it, but also a little bit of that tribal influence, which is carried throughout this home and all the artwork that you're gonna see. But it's just beautiful, just really grounds this side of this space. And then above, this was actually sourced from France from an antique shop. So I'd just be really curious how many packing peanuts it took to put into a box to ship all this glass and brass over here to Nashville. And it is stunning. I love all the patinaed finish, obviously this being an antique, and that hand-blown green glass. It's stunning. It kind of reminds me of a peacock. That's the first thing that popped into my brain as we stepped into the space for the first time. But a really cool moment, and I love how they're not afraid of using color inside this penthouse. Over here we got the island seating for three. You'll notice the integrated lighting, much like the fireplace, just making everything feel like it's floating in here. And this Calcutta marble was all done by 210 Designs. And they've actually rounded and curved all the edges and just made it feel like it was floating up here. And you probably noticed from the camera, it's 16 feet long. Like, this is stunning. All the cabinets and back end, everything is done and dressed in marble, and it just makes for a really seamless look. Out here on the terrace, you've got one exit and entrance point right here. And like I said, it just wraps this side of the penthouse, and you can kind of keep an update on the stadium. You can just see the progress of Nashville outside your window. It's not stopping. Nashville is still exploding. The real estate market here, I mean, as you guys may know, we live here, so we see it. It's constantly growing, and people are still coming. So right here, you got the Gaggenau induction stovetop right here, and it's all integrated into this marble. It is so beautiful, like I've been saying. Everything's curved, and this is where you get to wash your dishes. I mean, how cool is this? The sun's dropping over here, and the sun rises in this unit I mean, the colors and just the warmth it brings in is just beautiful, and you can see it rise right over the rolling hills of Tennessee. But as we move along, you have an integrated microwave into the marble and a little area. You could have maybe your coffee bar right here, your lid.
Definitely your coffee bar.
But you've got open shelving, integrated lighting once again, and all of the cabinets were done by 210 as well. And I love how everything has that high gloss finish to it, much like the lacquered finish that we've seen on the doors, the table now. Look at this. This is the mini fridge, but even the grab handle is done in marble. So a lot of detail, a lot of attention to detail. But wrapping over here, you can close this off with this piano black door once again. This is the butler's prep kitchen. And it's all dressed in stainless steel. You even have a thoughtful window placement right here to bring light into this back room. Because when they bought these units, it was just a shell, a white box. So everything you see is all done with the owner's imagination, which I thought was really well executed. And you even have a range back here with a pot filler, which is super convenient. But I love that commercial high-end feeling that they have back here with this stainless steel. It's beautiful. But we're gonna loop back here. And remember, at the beginning of this tour, I said there was an exit off that hallway. So if you're in the prep kitchen, right, you don't want everyone, that noise transferring, there's a pocket door you can close shut. So this side of the home can be completely private and quiet. So our first guest bedroom of 2, because there's 3 bedrooms total here in this penthouse. So these are the 2 guest bedrooms. You've got a closet off to my left, and it's a great place to hang out and chill in your bedroom with incredible views of Tennessee rolling hills outside your window. And centering this bedroom, you have this Scandinavian-inspired modern fixture just wrapped in brass and marble, just warmly lighting this room, creating for a nice tone the moment you step in. I love all the pops of colors once again, the bedside tables, even the lamps. Like everything was curated so specifically for this space and just complements it so well. You can tell they really thought out each piece. I like the plants as well. I mean, bringing greenery up to the 40th floor, it just makes it feel more homey always. So I love that they did that. So let's imagine you just got home or you're about to hand off your key to the valet down below, right? You can actually go on your phone and set the whole vibe and atmosphere. So if you're bringing up a date and you want to set the vibe, you know, sheer curtains down or the blackout curtains if you're watching a movie, you can talk to the Josh AI app and actually have the whole atmosphere set and ready. So if you're coming up and just want to crash, it can be ready for that too. And here just aside your curvy lounge sofa, you've got your ensuite. Everything is just wrapped in that same marble. Once again, it's just stunning. Even on the vanity, the pull-out drawers, all done in that marble, included with the sconces. Everything is just very boutique style, and again, that storyline that they followed is very true. So down at the end of the hallway, you've got that exit point, which I mentioned earlier, your laundry with 2 sets of washer and dryers and a sink. And then over here, we've got our second guest bedroom. So as you step in, that piano black lacquer is just filling the doors once again. So closet space off to my right, all custom. And then off to my left, this bathroom is set up just a bit different. The vanity's a bit longer, there's more marble, but same overall feeling and vibe. But as we step into this bedroom, you've got a desk set just off the bedroom and just incredible views. And you can tell this was also imported as well from Europe. So I love all those different styles they've blended together. So it doesn't have one specific vibe. They've pulled in and selected all of it to create for a really cool atmosphere. And here at the king size bed, just again, volume reference, how large this space is. They've actually increased the ceiling height 3 feet inside this unit just to make it feel more voluminous. And the chandelier above the bed. You've got just tiers of these wooden fixtures. Almost feels like driftwood or candles even, just warming this space. And of course, more views of downtown Nashville. But we're gonna step out of this bedroom and now go to the primary suite. There's so much more to see here in this penthouse. So down this hallway, which feels a lot like a gallery, we're walking past that kitchen again and the butler's area. Now wrapping back across our formal entrance, we're gonna step over into the living area. Have that low profile green U-shaped couch. And if you're wanting to watch a movie, at the end of the night, you can say, hey Josh, let's watch a movie. And then the projector screen will drop out of the ceiling and the projector, and then the drapes follow. This is so cool. You have a cinema experience up here in the sky, and it'll just get completely blacked out here in just a moment with direct access to your terrace. So this entire spot was just made for entertaining, gathering, bringing all your loved ones together in a really special place. This is actually the Prince of Monaco, another piece of art, just very eclectic feeling inside this space. You'll never know what you're gonna see around every corner. Everything was just so well curated. So over here, you've got a powder bath, and this just feels cinematic. I mean, it's dark, just that marble again, encasing every single surface. And then you have that patinaed glass and mirror on the ceilings and on the walls. It just feels atmospheric in here. It really does. It's so cool. It feels like you're walking into a speakeasy or something. And then the chandelier on the ceiling is all done in chains. So cool. Love that powder bath, and obviously it's going to be used a lot since it's right off your formal entry. But looping around, French doors open you up to your primary suite. This entire part of the penthouse is dedicated to this room, and it's really special. So you've got artwork on every single wall. It's set up like a gallery. I mean, this is a showpiece. This is a jewel on the 40th floor. That's kind of the idea here. And your views every morning. You've got sunrises and then sunsets here in Nashville. And you can see the Batman building, the iconic Batman building, I should say, right outside of your window. And of course, 2nd Street. I mean, you can see all the progress of Nashville from this room. It's so cool. But right here, just to give you guys an idea of volume once again, this is a king size bed, and it's backed up against this wall, and it's acting as a divider to one of your 2 custom closets up here. So look at how special this is. And from a press of the button, let me show you this real quick. Grab this remote. So you think this is just one solid mirror, which it is, but if you press this button here, a TV actually reveals itself inside of this glass. So you can watch the game or one of my videos while you're getting ready. But no, you got integrated lighting here. It's fit like a boutique, brass finishes everywhere, and the modern fixture illuminating softly here in this space. And you even have a mini refrigerator just down below. Thoughtful touches and utilization of all these 5,000 square feet we have up here. But let's go check out the bathroom. But before I do, I want everyone to look up because this is another imported piece just above from an antique shop as well. They have so many cool little pieces, hardware, touches that was all imported from either France or Italy and different places along their travels to source what you see here. So you've got a sofa set up here in suede, a little area to kind of send that one last email or get some work done here at your desk area. And you'll notice the marble encasing these pocket doors up here. Again, that piano black lacquer, it's just stunning. Never seen that before, but now I'm gonna switch with Lydia because this is a really special spot in the home.
This is my favorite part of the home. So imagine at sunset, grabbing a glass of wine, having a bath, and having these incredible views of the Batman building, Broadway, the river, just everything out your window right here.
Yeah, it's a good way to either get ready for the night or end it.
Exactly. I would say probably end the night.
Right.
And then in your shower, look at the attention to detail with the window that perfectly frames, again, the Batman building.
This is wild. So I'm gonna open this up and actually show you guys because it frames perfectly like Lydia was saying. Look at that. This is right there.
So you really couldn't go wrong whether you want to take a bath or a shower. Both are 10 out of 10.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the built-ins over here, you got your towel rack right to my right, and then just the volume and scale of this bathroom is pretty amazing. You've got the glass, the light fixtures, the natural light coming in.
Yeah, and since they raised the ceiling height 3 feet, you can really get more volume back. So a lot of cool, thoughtful things they did that you wouldn't think of, but they did here.
Exactly, and you have marble everywhere, and then you have your water closet over here. And then behind me, look at how amazing this walk-in closet is. This mirror right here, I imagine having my whole glam squad here, getting me ready before an event, because you could really have your hair gal, your makeup gal, your stylist, everything that you would need. And just the scale of this room is pretty amazing.
This is a large closet, so this is our second one inside this penthouse. And the fixture above it is just like jewelry. Nothing about this penthouse is overwhelming. It was so tastefully done. The placement of each fixture complements each other so well. But now, since we've explored the entire penthouse and Lydia and I actually live here in Nashville, we're gonna show you what it's like to live here full time.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So you can see Broadway from the drone shot, but we had to come down here and actually visit it in person. I'm yelling over all the live music that's happening right now. And it's just so lively down here all the time.
It really is. You have so many notable bars. You've got Bridgestone Arena to go watch some hockey. I mean, this is literally this is your backyard.
This is your backyard. Jelly Roll just opened up a bar. Morgan Wallen, Post Malone, Randall Lambert, Kid Rock. I mean, everyone has a bar down here, but we're gonna go catch a quick bite to eat, and then we're gonna check out a few of the landmarks and give you guys a closer look of what it's like living here. First time in Canes on Broadway. Pretty cool vibes.
This is really good.
Okay, we got the Caniac combo. Let's try it. First time. They called him crazy for only opening up a tender restaurant, but I get it now. This is really good. So you've got the nightlife, obviously printers behind us, Broadway, a hockey game, football.
You could go to the Ryman and catch a concert.
Yeah, that's a historic venue that was like late 1800s as well. So there's a lot of cool history behind all the newness of Nashville. So it's a really cool spot to be. Then you can just go all quiet and cozy, get drinks up with your friend at your penthouse after it's all said and done. So it's a really cool place to end the night.